When I was first in the hospital procedure, January of 1987, the special lead doctor came in, told me that I was HIV positive. Then he gave me a card with a suicide hotline, also told me about Action Aid. I was working at the time with other recovery people getting out of prison. I was 3 years clean from drugs and alcohol. I tried to go back to work, but I felt like giving up. I called my 12-step support system. They told me to go to the meeting. I went, but I still felt like giving up. I took off from work for a week and waited to die. After a week, I went to Action Aid, and they told me that I was not sick enough. And most people dealing with white gay men at the time. Most people like myself thought it was a white gay disease, and it could not happen to me. Then they told me about an organization called Babashi. And when I went there, they told me about the William J. Craig Memorial Foundation. I met Gwen Johnson, who became my case manager. She referred me to a special doctor. Babashi told me about We the People. And when I walked into the door, I met Kyoji Kanemiya and Topomino. They told me that he had been living 5 years with a T-cell of 5 and not to give up. And when I found people like me, I realized that I can live with it. Kyoji from ACT-UP, Philadelphia, the A Coalition to Elite Power, told me about a trip to D.C. When I got on the bus, I found out that it was a demonstration. It was the first time I found out that I need to be an advocate, not just for people living with HIV and AIDS, but for people of color, for people who was afraid to come out to the forefront and fight for the cause. 23 years later, we finally got a national AIDS strategy. That's a start, but we still need to do more. People still need to fight for housing. People still need to fight for medication for those who could not have it. People still need to fight for prevention. I've been living with HIV and AIDS for over 26 years. I've been clean and drug-free for over 26 years. By helping other people run support groups and organizing this fight keep me alive.